I'm Kayla Anderson, and let's not waste any time because we're going to introduce the man of the hour right here, Bobby Carpenter, alongside a helper tonight, Dave Holmes.
Not the man of the hour, but I'm here. We'll
close enough. And this is how Wall of 10 works, because I know you haven't done this before, Bobby, but we have 10 topics. Some of them are sports related, as you see on there. A couple of them might be, you know, something that you're not familiar with. And there are a few that are out of left field, but I promise you, you will be okay. Are we ready to play, gentlemen?
Let's go. It's all in bounds tonight.
All right, let's do this. Okay, spring cleaning, Bobby. Who is the offensive player for the Buckeyes that you are watching the most this spring?
Well, I think when you look at last year and everything that kind of happened, probably the best place that you want to see some production, wide receiver.
Sure.
So you want to go to some of those young guys, and a guy that Urban talked about all season long, a guy that he said he wanted to get out there and now finally made a little bit of an appearance in the Fiesta Bowl is Benjamin Victor. He's tall, he's long, he's got great ball skills, he's very fast. So I'm going to be locked in on him this spring to see what he can do in the spring game.
That's a good one.
And I also think wide receiver, although I might go with Paris Campbell as someone that Urban's talked about, maybe utilizing a little bit like Curtis Samuel in the H-back role. We know he has a lot of wheels. But Bobby's right. I mean, the playmakers last year suffered. I mean, Curtis Samuel, we knew what we got out of him, but receiver-wise, a lot of inconsistency. So I'm looking at the receivers as well.
Yeah, I'm just thinking offense in general, if we can see something start to bloom here early on, right, you guys? The Whirly Bird is our next topic. Bobby, you were a great linebacker. How confident are you that Chris Whirly can be the man in the middle?
I like that you throw that term out there great, pretty loosely. I do love Chris Whirly. I've been calling him Whirly Bird for years. He came in as a safety. A guy can run, very athletic out of Cleveland Glenville, comes in now, takes over for Darren Lee last year, now transitions to the middle. It's a little bit different skill set, but now you're going to have a guy there that has good ball skills, can run, highly athletic, which you love to see, and now you're going to transition that in. The question is the size. Will be able to hold up. And that's the big thing, David. You know, this Big Ten pounding, I think he's going to be able to do it. He's got the size, he's very smart, and he's that natural leader of the defense that you want.
Yeah, intelligence-wise, I mean, Chris Whirly said, I'm not intimidated by making the calls. Raekwon McMillan was so good at getting everyone lined up. So for me, it's what Bobby said. We know the talent level is there. It's can he take the physical punishment? Because when you're playing on the outside, Bobby, you know that. I mean, you take a lot more licks when you're right there absorbing ball carriers up the middle.
So I like the Whirly Bird. He's got some skinny bird legs, which it was tough for him to gain some weight, but he's looking better now.
Yeah, and he gave him that nickname 5 years ago, so it stuck with him for sure. Luke of Earl. Okay, so Luke Fickell takes over for Cincinnati, and in the second game of the season, they're going to play Michigan. How can Luke Fickell get an upset, or can he?
Wow. That's going to be a big question there. Michigan obviously very good, probably a team that you're going to look at that can maybe contend for a Big Ten. They lost a lot of players, but he understands this rivalry. He's been a part of it since he came in here in the early 90s, played in it, coached in it. He understands what it means to play Michigan, the things they're going to do. And he's going to have those guys fired up. I mean, that will be his first big test. And even if they don't win the game, I guarantee you he's going to have some things out there that Michigan and Jim Harbaugh are not ready for to make some big impact plays.
Yeah, I don't want to go as far to predict a Bearcat win over Michigan. I think that might be a little ambitious. I mean, the team lost 7 of its last 8 last year to finish the year. Cincinnati did. But Bobby did mention familiarity, I think, is a big thing with Luke Fickell. He's shut down the Wolverine offense at times the past couple of years, especially in the second half last year of that game. And this Michigan offense is not going to be as good, like Bobby said. There's some inexperience, and you get them early in the year. I think that's key because of all the turnover Michigan has. Bobby, if you're going to get them, week 2 is the better time to get them.
Want them young.
I think they're definitely excited to have him there, though. I look forward to seeing what he does. Gold jacket. I know this is one you were wondering about, Bobby, and you know, with Terrell Owens, you played with him several seasons. Does he deserve to go into the Hall of Fame?
I'm a guy that's a believer the Hall of Fame is for what you did on the football field or on the sports field in general. It's not, you know, miscongeniality. It's not an award that you give to nice guys. And there's people that maybe I didn't like that are in the Hall of Fame.
Sure.
You know, I'll say this about Terrell Owens. He is one of the best wide receivers ever to play the game. He's one of the best players I played with. The guy showed up each and every week, put in his practice work, and went out and performed. And you look at his numbers, they're up against anybody. Sure, there's some stuff on the side. But I think if you ask just about anyone that played with him, if his off-the-field antics or the things that he went, never really fully detracted, you knew what you were getting on Sunday. And for that reason, and that reason alone, I think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look at the numbers. Number 2 receiving yards behind only Jerry Rice. We forgive him there. Number 3 receiving touchdowns as well. I mean, so for me, if you're top 3 in the major categories, you're a Hall of Famer. I do want to ask you this, Bobby. When he was in Dallas there, okay, There was the big incident when he was with the Niners. He came and spiked it on the star. Then he goes and plays for Dallas. Was that ever brought up with any of those guys?
You know, they brought it up, I think, at the initial press conference, and one of the things, because he got signed right as I was getting drafted.
Yeah.
Now it's saying, I respect the star. This is what I'm all about.
Okay.
And, he did a good job ingratiating himself into the Dallas community, and people there really liked him. And teammates, you're always going to have some scuffles. Maybe not everybody doesn't love you, but you know what you're getting out of a guy on Sunday, and that's what's most important.
I think he's going to appreciate Bobby. I'm going to put it up on Twitter. He follows me on Twitter. I'm going to get it to him. He'll retweet it out. We're good to go. T.O., you're the man. Okay, go. G-O-A-T. You played briefly with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick during your time in New England. What makes them so great?
I think Bill Belichick, is Mr. Consistent. You're going to know what you get out of him each and every day. The expectations are going to be high inside the room. One of the signs they have on the door talking about managing expectations when you walk out of there. Very big for him. Don't oversell things. Don't overhype things. And he does a great job of treating everybody the same. First meeting in there, he's on Tom Brady for 15 minutes in the meeting about the pass that he made in practice, one that he shouldn't have thrown, maybe a little bit inconsistent. When you see coaches that are able to get on their elite players like that, you know that everybody's fair game. And it makes it easier for you to be able to coach everyone. People are going to be more receptive. And Tom's a great guy. So when you have a great guy, great coach, high expectations every year, you're going to see Super Bowls.
It's working.
And for me, what separates Belichick from everyone else, if you look at the Don Shula Dolphins or the Chuck Noll Steelers or the Bill Walsh Niners or the Bill Parcells Giants, they were kind of this pre-salary cap era where it was easier to get these dynasties and hold them. I mean, Belichick has put different guys. It's basically been Belichick, Brady, and a bunch of misfits they rotate at receiver and running back. It's cast-offs. It's guys like Garrett Blunt or Corey Dillon back in the day, Bobby. They take guys off the scrap heap and turn them into Pro Bowl caliber players. It's crazy.
Well, and that he's got a great wardrobe, so that kind of separates him from everybody
and
else.
Uggs are included in that wardrobe.
Belichick's hoodies, the sleeveless hoodies, not so much.
And Belichick, ice, baby. Okay, the Blue Jackets are still fighting for home ice, Bobby. Do they need home ice advantage, though, to win a series?
I think it would be nice because they're probably going to have to play Pittsburgh. And unless they're able to overtake Washington, which I think would be terrific, get a chance to win the President's Trophy and all that, it'd be wonderful. We're playing Pittsburgh, got a young team that hasn't really had a lot of playoff success. They were in the series with Pittsburgh a couple years ago, but it's going to be big for me, I think, to get that extra home game. It's one less travel day. And those things are very, very important. When you have a team that they don't have those grizzled veterans who have done it. They're very young, so maybe a little home ice advantage in Nationwide Arena would be just what the doctor ordered.
Perfect.
Yeah, when I look at the schedule, or I mean, rather the standings, I mean, they have about the same number of road losses and home losses, so I would say it's not that important. But like Bobby said, the experience makes me think it's a different game in April and May. And as much as the Jackets have been pretty good on home-road splits so far, Kay, I would not want to see a young team try to win a series on the road. I'd much rather be at Nationwide.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that home ice advantage for sure. Billy Ray is our next topic. You talked about growing a playoff mullet for the Blue Jackets. Where in the world did this idea come from? And I don't see it yet.
Yeah, it's pretty premature here.
I did just get a haircut. I don't know if I have enough time. Now, my son, I've got a 3-year-old. He has a great little playoff mullet going right now. We've been working on that for a while, so it looks pretty good. He's digging it. I don't know if my wife would like it all that much. I had long hair for about a decade. She's happy that it's short. She's excited that it's a more professional look. But listen, who can't get behind a playoff mullet? They're a great look. Go grow one. Get into it. Get excited. Unfortunately, I probably get shut down.
Go mullet.
One time back in 2001, I tried to grow my hair out, and it started to look like Ben Savage from Boy Meets World. It was kind of that uncomfortable, curly, Brillo-y thing. So I gave up on it.
You just stay away from that.
Yeah, we're just going to keep doing the two-blade and, say, give me something right off the rack.
Any ideas from that. Okay, let's go through this one quickly, guys. Cruising. You took part in the Buckeye Cruise for Cancer. What is it like to be stuck at sea with Dom Tiberi for a week?
You say stuck at sea. I mean, you get to be at sea with Dom Tiberi.
We're stuck in the office with him every day.
Dom's the best.
Just kidding, Mel.
Tune in all the time to see Dom. I grew up watching Dom. He is the best. He does a great job there on the auction. He is fantastic to be around. I truly enjoy it. He does a great job. And he raised close to $2.5 million this year, so what's not to love about that?
And he pretty much Facebook Live the whole thing. Apparently, Dom gets Wi-Fi at sea because he was Facebook Living constantly.
We saw it all. Okay, Pitchman. Pitchman, you recently appeared on the Home Shopping Network to sell body elastics. They said supplies are limited. Is this really true? And what are body elastics?
Well, it's some workout bands, kind of a lifestyle. They've got a great set of videos, go online, you can track your progress with it. Hey, I love fitness. I got mine 10 years ago. So
wow.
when I was approached to do this, I was really excited. Get a chance to go on TV. And, I mean, who doesn't want to be like the next Billy Mays, Tony Willis, Billy Blanks? I mean, get a chance to run around and have some fun.
Yeah, I mean, if you're up at 3 in the morning on those channels and you're getting paid for that, I say pitch all you want, man.
Hey, okay, I lied. I have seen them. I actually use them in my bar class.
You use body elastics.
Yeah.
And look how great you look.
I mean,
it works.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Last topic, got. Okay, so we know you watched the Game of Thrones and you love it.
I like you put "the" in front of it.
Oh, sorry. Game of Thrones.
No, it's
Excuse
fine.
me.
Make it official.
He likes that show because he knows. What is the case? Why should we watch it? Make a case for us.
Neither of us have seen it.
Neither of you watched
We've
Game
never
of
seen an
Thrones?
episode.
No.
I'm going to tell you this. Anybody that's watching, including you two here, Kayla and Dave, you're going to watch it. It'll be the best drama you've ever watched. It's kind of a little bit of adult programming. There's a little bit of violence. It's a little bit of racy scenes, but it has some of the most complex plot development you're going to find. I've seen all 60 episodes. I'm going to rewatch them again. I rewatched them before last season. It is fantastic viewing. 55 minutes of just uninterrupted pleasure.
Look at
and
that.
Your mind will be blown.
I mean, that was a pretty good pitch. So I'm going to ask you, will you watch Game of Thrones?
Well, based on the pitch, I have to. I'm not a real big dragon fan, but everyone says, Bobby, you don't have to be a fan of the fantasy genre. I'm not a fan of that, so that doesn't matter.
None of that's in the beginning. You'll love it.
Okay.
I love it, you guys. Bobby, thanks so much for joining us. Dave's for helping out tonight, but we're not done here on Wall to Wall Sports, delivered by Donato's Columbus Crew SC. Back on the pitch and ready for another 3 points. We'll show you if they were able to get it done. That's coming up next.